Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
Tom.
Give me a break. It's a joke.
Jerry.
Well, we just don't have enough time for that.
Kevin.
Ben is unique. These guys are unique. Their championship runs, this one's unique.
It's the Tom and Jerry Sports Show.
Tom and Jerry Sports Show live on Zeno Radio. It is Monday, August 22nd. I'm Jerry Napoleonello. I'm back here with the always gorgeous and the always smart and talented Nicole Conklin. Say hi.
Hi.
The Olympics have finally ended with the closing ceremony being last night, and we're about through 2 weeks of preseason football with 2 more to go till the regular season starts. So I think it's time that we talk some fantasy football today. Fantasy 14 has made its way back. I know everybody's been itching for this. I know I have. Also, the much-anticipated second fight between Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz was over the weekend. We'll be discussing all of this today. Remember to join the conversation through our hour here at 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be heard live, or tweet us at TNJ Sports. But before we get into this jam-packed show, and obviously all of that is going to change in about a month, but how was your weekend?
Good. How was yours?
It was rather good, I guess you could say. I'm wearing the shirt. I finally got you to watch The Dark Knight last night. What did you think about it?
It was okay.
It was okay? Just okay? Just okay?
No, it was a good movie. I was intrigued.
You did stay up for the whole thing, so that's a plus. Being that it was a 2.5-hour movie. And you know how obsessed I am with the Joker.
Uh-huh.
So being that you got to finally watch the movie that I obsess about was good for me, I guess.
I could tell.
Especially now, especially with the picture that I have on my wall now.
Right. That's creepy as all hell that I had to wake up to and had a heart attack.
It's not that creepy. It's a picture of all 4 Jokers. Cesar Romero from the 1960s Batman. Then it's Jack Nicholson from the 1989 movie. Then you have, obviously, Heath Ledger from the 2008 movie. And then Jared Leto from the recently released Suicide Squad.
Right.
All 4 of them next to each other with smiling faces.
Jeez. That's not a smile.
So I think it's an awesome picture. But moving on.
Let's talk sports. That's why we're here, huh?
Exactly. The Olympics is finally over.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord.
Hallelujah. Rio will now go.
Yeah,
Let's hear
bankrupt, basically.
You've been saying this for weeks.
I have.
What's this 2-week event, right?
Yeah, it's like a 2.5 week, I guess. It's I think it's 17 days, 18 days.
Light 'em up.
Thank God it's over. I'm not one to obsess over the Olympics. I think some of the things are fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. Just having, the Michael Phelps things going on. You had Usain Bolt. You had, just everything else. You had, men's basketball, women's basketball, the relay races. All of that is fun to watch, but then you get to other things. I'm not one to obsess over it. I think the gold medal races and games or whatever are better to watch rather than watching what do you call it, a qualifying race or match or game or whatever. Brazil won the one, medal that they in the sport that they definitely wanted to. They won gold in soccer. That's basically what Brazil is all about, is soccer. USA obviously had won the Olympics with, I believe it was 121 medals. And I think the next one was maybe in the 70s, I believe it was. So altogether, USA
Blew them out of the water.
They dominate.
They dominate, and I should have been in the Olympics. You see that?
Yeah, exactly. There we go. We're gonna have to put the. You just love flexing.
The gun show. They don't look that good this week.
They do.
No. You know what? I need a little. No, we'll see that. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
But.
Ow! I just hit my funny bone.
I guess it wasn't
so
funny. But other than that, I mean, you had the whole Ryan Lochte situation go down.
Excuse me.
Which was there you go, yawning again. Which was, to be honest with you, I don't understand this whole situation. And I mean, supposedly he lied about getting robbed, and
I
then
saw that on the news.
Yeah, it's just it's a
you know
weird.
What it is?
Preposterous. Wow, word of the day, preposterous. But and actually just.
Can you spell it?
Nope, not even gonna try. And just about 2 hours ago, Darren Ravel said that Ryan Lochte lost all 4 of his endorsements today. He had Airweave, the mattress company who paid him, just terminated its deal. So this whole thing was kind of an embarrassment. And I just didn't understand it because first they were saying that, the police in Brazil were saying that they lied about it. Then there was video showing that he had his wallet, being that he said that he got it stolen. All of this happened.
They can never just play the game. Like, there always has to be so much drama behind it. Like, just enjoy the Olympics for what it's worth.
But again, like I just don't understand. I don't understand this whole situation. I'm not even gonna try to talk about it because I mean it's been talked about a lot this past week, and to be honest with you, I really don't care. I don't. Michael Phelps. We had a few big time Olympic athletes retire this year. Usain Bolt retired. Michael Phelps retired. Carmelo Anthony retired. All of which retiring from the Olympics, being that it's every 4 years. So, I mean, if you really think about it, you're really only going to get maybe tops 3 Olympics under your belt.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
12 years?
That's what I'm saying. So, you get 3 or 4 maybe. But overall, the Olympics as a games.
You see the one guy that didn't get proposed?
Yeah, and then there was a woman that proposed to another woman too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In the audience or actually like doing the event?
No, athletes. Yeah.
But it was cute because I saw the one guy that I saw. He his fiance now. She was supposed to race and like she didn't qualify. Like she just missed it by like the last person.
Oh really?
So as she would have raced, like she would have been up. He proposed to take like the attention off of that.
Okay.
So she was like all excited because she was depressed that she wasn't racing.
Yeah.
But then he proposed, so it was like.
Oh, so that's nice.
And he had it in his backpack as he was racing. It's like nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because they were like, "How did you feel like racing and trying to?" He didn't win; he got silver. But how did you feel? He's like, "Well, it's so hard to compete against this guy, knowing I was proposing." And
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. But that's cute, right?
Hey.
Proposing, cute.
Yeah.
Cute proposal.
But thank God it's over.
Why do you have to be so negative?
I'm done with the Olympics. Now we're back to the real sports, and we actually had a big event on Saturday, UFC 202.
202.
The rematch.
The rematch. Represent. Ooh, ooh.
and this was the result.
Thank you so much. All I know is it's 1-1. Regroup, boy. We'll do it again. This time at 155 pounds. I came up to 170, faced the bigger man, overcame my adversity. Now you want this trilogy? It's on my terms. Come back down to 155. We'll do it. Congratulations.
That was obviously Conor McGregor. Me obviously playing the wrong clip that I wanted to.
Why?
Because I wanted to play the actual result. But that was Conor McGregor saying that he wants to have a third fight. And obviously he said 1-1, so you get the result, and I'll still play the clip anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Jeff Moen scores the contest, 48-47, McGregor. Glenn Foreman scores it, 47-47. And Derek clearly scores it, 48-47 for the winner by majority decision, the notorious Conor McGregor.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, Conor McGregor did win this fight. I was hoping that Nate Diaz would win again.
Why?
I mean, I like Conor McGregor. I think he's a great fighter. I think he talks the talk and walks the walk.
Yeah. Does he walk the talk and walk the walk?
He definitely talks the talk.
Does he walk the walk?
Yeah.
You walking and talking?
But
Does he
Nate
live in New
Diaz,
York?
Nate Diaz overall is just a funny guy to watch, and like he does not care about anything or anybody.
Gugats.
Yeah, doesn't care at all. And
why does the other guy care?
I mean, he doesn't really care either. But I'm just saying, Nate Diaz. I mean, he was kicked out of the UFC, brought back. Him and his brother have caused so many problems, but they're such like strong fighters that no matter what, they could be getting their ass kicked in the octagon and they still get back up, because I mean, even in this fight, Nate Diaz was knocked down 3 times by Conor McGregor. Got back up and still kept fighting. Conor McGregor broke his foot in this fight, so he's going to be out for a little while before he could start training again. The only thing, the disappointing thing about this is Dana White actually came out and said that the third is not going to happen. He basically said that he's moving on. The war was fun and super successful, but I'm moving on. And if I had to guess, this is let me see. Furthermore, when White reiterated to UFC, all right. So he said, "Yeah, we're definitely not doing this a third time right now. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that doesn't want to see this fight again, but Conor's either going to go defend his title or give his title up. Then we'll figure out where we go from there. They're both really there. It's weird. They're both like giddy. They're both pumped up about the fight. They said it was awesome. They had a blast, and they're sick individuals." So basically, I think it's mainly because of the little things that happened leading up to this fight. And you had the press conference where they were throwing bottles at each other from across the room. One attendee got hit, and now there's going to be a lawsuit. I mean, it was a water bottle, so I mean, really, like, come on. But the person did get hit. There is a lawsuit. Conor McGregor is going to end up getting punished. Dana White actually said that already. So that's why he said that he might be giving his title up. But altogether, I mean, and then you had the weigh-in and, cursing at each other, getting each other's face. It's just every little thing that happened leading up to this fight, I think, is the reason why there's not going to be a third for a little while. So, But it's a little disappointing because
You never know. They could just be saying it to get everyone like.
They could be.
Oh, and then when there is, it's like, oh.
I don't understand why Dana White wouldn't want this. I mean, it keeps. Basically, it kind of gets them money. I mean, you can't tell me that not that many people watch that fight. A lot of people watch that fight.
Not all about money, Jerry.
But
Does
it
money
is.
get
It is. But in business, that's all they want. In these sports and businesses and everything, that's all they want.
Okay. Forget I said anything.
But Conor McGregor said the third fight is going to be on his terms if they do have it. The last two fights have been at 170. And Conor McGregor obviously is down at 155. That's where he has his belt. So he wants Nate Diaz, who's bigger than him, he wants him to come back down to 155
lose
and
20
fight.
pounds?
Yeah. He gained 20 pounds to fight him. So
Who did?
Conor McGregor. But when we get back, where through the second week of preseason, we'll discuss all of what we've learned so far through the first half of preseason games. When we get back on the Tom and Jerry Sports Show on Xeno Live.
Cyberstation USA is the future of radio. Get your business into the online future at the world's largest internet radio station. From banner placement on our homepage to any of our broadcaster stages, commercials on our video player, audio spots on any of our shows, or at the beginning of any of our on-demand broadcasts. Cyberstation USA offers competitive rates with a worldwide reach, a fully integrated one-stop-shop social media broadcast platform. For more information, please contact our sales department at cameo@cyberstationusa.com.
All Noise Radio. Powered by the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. All Noise Radio is an internet radio station that's fully produced by graduates of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. From modern rock to old school hip hop, country to classical, news, talk, sports, and more. It's the noise you can't ignore. Log on to allnoiseradio.com. Fire up the station. Find out more about your favorite jocks. Get the latest CSB news and more. Plus, you can take All Noise Radio with you on the go for free. Just download the Live 365 app to your iPhone, iPod Touch, or BlackBerry and search All Noise Radio. Check out tomorrow's broadcasters today at allnoiseradio.com. Powered by the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Tom and Jerry Sports Show featuring Kevin Donlin live every Monday on Xeno Radio and re-airs every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Cyberstation USA and the Stitcher app. You can also tune in every Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern on All Noise Radio and the Live 365 app.
Follow us on Instagram at Tom and Jerry Sports Show and join the conversation on Twitter at TNJ Sports, or visit our website at tnjsports.weebly.com, or call into 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be heard live.
We are back. Tom and Jerry Sports Show, 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be heard live. We are halfway through the NFL preseason, and there's a lot we learned from the first half. Jerry?
That is right. Once again, second game for Dak Prescott in the NFL, and he just continues to shine. This guy throws 4 touchdowns, 200 yards, still has not thrown an interception. I mean, he rushed for 1 in that game as well. He looks very special. And as I read an article about, someone talking to Romo about it, and if he's afraid, that he might lose a spot or what, he just said that he's glad that the organization can have someone that's playing behind him, playing like Dak Prescott is. Basically, he was just saying that, once his career is over, that they can just kind of move on to Dak and, basically not lose a step. And, it's, as a Cowboys fan myself, it's pretty cool to see. and it's interesting to watch him. It's intriguing. You want to see him, in a preseason game. That's the thing. Like, preseason game, it's like you watch your starters play. Once they're out, then you turn the channel. But as a Cowboys fan, yeah, you want to see Romo play. You want to see, Dez Bryant play. But then all of a sudden, it's like Dak Prescott comes in, and it's like, all right, well, I kind of want to keep it here for a second, and watch him play. And he's shocking the hell out of me. His throws are on the money, and it's it's awesome to see as a Cowboys fan. But moving on to what probably whoever's listening probably would rather hear about is the Giants. Yeah.
You want to talk about the Giants?
We're in New York. I guess I got to talk about them. The Giants now. Yeah, last year their problem was their defense. They were a terrible defense. They were last in the league. They fixed that over the offseason by spending $1 billion on defense. Drafted a bunch of defensive players. There was one problem, though, that they forgot to do.
What?
Sign or draft an offensive lineman.
How did they do that?
They didn't.
How does one forget that, I mean?
Exactly.
Ay.
Especially...
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm getting... I don't know if it's my phone or your phone. I'm getting, like, a screeching sound in my ears.
Me too.
Yeah, it's the phone.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
my phone is causing no problem here.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
because
not.
you're on it.
No, I'm not.
But the Giants, they forgot to do that, and if they don't do anything, like if they don't do anything this season, it's because of them not having a front line.
So sorry.
And that's basically what it is. It's not having a front line and not protecting Eli Manning is going to be a problem for the Giants. And not even not protecting Eli Manning, but not having a running game. And if they don't have a running game, then they're not going to pass effectively. And that's a problem.
It is a problem.
A running game is the quarterback's best friend.
I agree. Problem.
So the Giants have a problem with that. They looked horrendous in the second game against the Bills. They completed 8 passes all game. That's bad.
The whole game?
The whole game.
I
8
even
completions.
know that's bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Did that hurt?
No.
Oh.
It's kind of like a fly.
A fly.
Yeah,
Don't
just kind of landed on my arm.
A fly, my butt.
But altogether, the Giants didn't really look good against the Bills. Not at all. Going on to the other team in the same stadium, the New York Jets. I didn't really watch this game, nor did I care about it. But they, it's kind of hard to say because they don't know how. Like their team is probably the same or even better than last year. And they had a great season last year, except for missing the playoffs. And we've talked about Ryan Fitzpatrick all off season because of him not signing with the Jets until later on. And the other thing that you talk about the Jets is their schedule. Their schedule is very, very hard. And to me, I just, no matter how good their team is, I just don't think they're going to get past, just the first 6 games of this season. The first 6 games of this season is brutal. They go up against the Bengals, the first game. That's a tough first game. Then you go against the Bills. The Bills are getting better. You can see it. They actually just recently released Carlos Williams, which was a shocker to everybody. But they're getting better. They've always had a decent defense. Their offense was what was struggling. Tyrod Taylor is one of the better quarterbacks that the Bills have had probably since Ryan Fitzpatrick. And Ryan Fitzpatrick only had one season with the Bills that was actually good, and which got him paid, basically. But the Bills are going to give the Jets a tough time. I can give that a 50-50. It's a division game. The only thing that's bad about it for the Jets is that it's a home game for the Bills. It's always hard to play in Ralph Wilson Stadium, which is going to be New Era Stadium, actually, soon. Then they got the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to be a tough game. You play the Seahawks. The Seahawks, you're playing the Seahawks, but you're going to be home against them. So that's always a plus when you're playing the Seahawks, if you're home against them. Then you got the Steelers, which is a loss. Then you got the Cardinals, which is definitely a loss. So basically, they want to at least come out of the first 6 games 3-3. That is basically the best case scenario. Obviously, the best case scenario is going like 5-1, 6-0, whatever. But the best case scenario for the Jets, with reality, is coming out of the first 6 games 3-3. And do I even think they're going to come out of this 3-3? Absolutely not. I think the Bengals game is a loss. I'll give them the win against the Bills. The Chiefs game is a loss. The Seahawks game is a loss. The Steelers. I say they go 1-5 in the first 6 games. Then they play the Ravens, then the Browns, then the Dolphins, then the Rams. So they could potentially get back to maybe 6-6 by their bye week. That is also the best case scenario. That is the absolute best case scenario.
No one knows better than you, Jerry.
No, absolutely not. And
you're the sports wizard.
And we're going to be talking fantasy later, which is always fun with the Fantasy 14. But as we were talking about the Seahawks, we might as well talk about Michael Bennett, who was kicked out of his second practice this offseason so far. His brother, Martellus Bennett, who is an ex-Cowboy, an ex-Giant, an ex-Bear, and now he's with the Patriots. They're both idiots. I'll just tell you that right now. They're both idiots. They both don't know when to shut their mouth. They both don't know when to, not fight someone, basically.
Don't get mad.
Martellus Bennett, when he was with the Cowboys, I think there was a video where he was butt naked or something like that. Then there was another one where he was rapping, and he was a problem. Then he comes out. Both of them come out and start talking about some of their ex-teammates, and just completely, dissing each one of them.
That's rude.
Martellus Bennett had some things to say about Jason Witten, one of the nicest guys that is in the NFL. That basically everybody says, if they know Jason Witten, that he's one of the nicest guys to be around.
Have you met him?
I haven't, but I'm saying.
Is he your bro?
Yeah.
Is he like your?
Well, you know what it is. I'm boys with Romo, and they're best friends. So we run into each other every once in a while.
Oh, right. So.
Yeah.
Why haven't I met him then?
It's just.
Where do you run into him when you're not with me? I don't.
It's just when we're talking about football.
Oh.
Me and TR, so.
You and TR.
Yeah.
Who is TR?
Tony Romo.
Who's that?
That is my quarterback.
Yours?
Yeah. But overall.
Oh, Lord. Did the Cowboys play this weekend?
Yeah, I said they play the Dolphins. They won 41-14.
Whoa.
Yeah. And they looked very good. I'm actually excited to see Ezekiel Elliott when he finally makes it back. But I know you've been waiting for the Yankee and Mets update. They're next.
I can't wait.
Coming up when we get back.
This is my favorite on the Tom and Jerry Sports Show.
You're listening to the Tom and Jerry Sports Show on
What I said wasn't good enough?
What?
Zeno Live.
Zeno Live. The Tom and Jerry Sports Show featuring Kevin Donlin live every Monday on Zeno Radio and re-airs every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Cyberstation USA and the Stitcher app. You can also tune in every Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern on All Noise Radio and the Live 365 app.
Follow us on Instagram at Tom and Jerry Sports Show and join the conversation on Twitter at TNJ Sports or visit our website at tnjsports.weebly.com or call in to 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be
Ambi
heard
Entertainment
live.
Group and Cyberstation USA are now part of Stitcher, a free radio app for your smartphone. With Stitcher, you can listen to live programming as well as archived radio programming right on your phone. To obtain Stitcher, just go to the App Store for your particular phone. Go to search, then type in Stitcher. That's Stitcher, S-T-I-T-C-H-E-R. S-T-I-T-C-H-E-R. Then download. It's that simple. Stitcher, a free radio app for your smartphone. Convenient access to live and archived Cyberstation USA programming on your mobile phone. That's Stitcher, S-T-I-T-C-H-E-R. Cyberstation USA, always on the go.
All Noise Radio. Powered by the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. All Noise Radio is an internet radio station that's fully produced by graduates of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. From modern rock to old school hip hop, country to classical, news, talk, sports, and more. It's the noise you can't ignore. Log on to allnoiseradio.com. Fire up the station. Find out more about your favorite jocks. Get the latest CSB news and more. Plus, you can take All Noise Radio with you on the go for free. Just download the Live 365 app to your iPhone, iPod Touch, or BlackBerry and search All Noise Radio. Check out tomorrow's broadcasters today at allnoiseradio.com. Powered by the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
I am phenomenal. With every ounce in my blood, with every breath in my lungs, won't stop until I'm phenomenal. However long it takes.
We are back. Tom and Jerry Sports Show, 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be heard live. You can tweet us at TNJ Sports or head to our website, tnjsports.weebly.com. The Yankees and Mets have been looked at as being on different levels and going through different points in their organization. Mets coming off a World Series appearance and the Yankees in rebuilding mode. But right now they look like they're on the same level and they end up going to the same place. Out of playoffs. With that being said, our Yankee update.
New York Yankees update. That is right. It's your Yankees update.
Yankee update,
and
update.
You're only really going to have a few more of these because
baseball season's almost over. It's football time.
We're through 123 games here.
It's football time.
There's 39 games left. So, the Yankees are going through their West Coast trip, playing the Angels and playing the Mariners. They already took 2 out of 3 from the Angels. They go on to play the Mariners tonight. They are 63-60, and everybody kind of thought that this team was going to be boring to watch after getting rid of everybody. Basically, trading away Chapman, trading away Andrew Miller, trading away Carlos Beltran.
Kicking A-Rod out of the stadium.
Kicking A-Rod out. Teixeira retiring, but after the season, I don't know why he just didn't leave already. But altogether,
I hope everyone boos him. Non-sock wearing dude.
Overall, I mean, I feel like the Yankees have gotten more exciting to watch. Watching all these young guys come up. Gary Sanchez just got AL Player of the Week. He's just nonstop crushing the ball. Overall, they look
good,
more appealing to watch. You had Tyler Austin, you got Aaron Judge, you got Gary Sanchez. All of these guys they look like they deserve to be in the majors, and that's what they're doing. They're getting that chance to play. And the thing that I don't like though is that we're not really in contention for anything. I mean, we are technically, mathematically, we are. Do I think that we do it? I don't. But it sucks because right now for these guys, it's kind of a carefree thing.
Because they know they're not going to win? So they
Not that they know they're not going to win, but they know that there's kind of no playoffs in sight. So they're just coming up to play baseball. You're basically coming up to just showcase yourself to the team and make sure that, you basically make a name for yourself and you stay in the majors with the team. So altogether, it's kind of like, it's hard because, you had Severino last year. Severino pitched great. Then he gets a full season as a starter and he goes 0-9, 0-10.
How do you do that?
So it's just, I don't know if it's a mindset thing. That's my thing. Like, I want to know how these guys' minds work. Like, is Gary Sanchez just, crushing the ball right now because he's really got no care in the world? I mean, really, who's the other catcher that could play over him? You got an Austin Romine or you got a Brian McCann, and McCann's just I don't even know what to say. But Joe Girardi actually officially named Gary Sanchez the starting catcher for the rest of the season and said that McCann will DH. So right there, they're showing trust in this guy, and that's what I love to see. You love to see a guy like that, young, just playing the hell out of baseball right now. And, Aaron Judge, I'm going to give you my opinion on this whole situation. I feel like the Yankees don't like him. I feel like the Yankees right now, the Yankees before the season were planning on we're planning on Aaron Judge staying in AAA for this whole season. I don't think they expected him to be up. Maybe during September call-ups, probably. But I didn't think that they thought they were going to have him up this early. But I think they brought him up this early because of the trade for Clint Frazier. I think that right now the Yankees are showcasing Aaron Judge to other teams for trade bait, I guess you can say. Aaron Judge is a freak of nature. The guy's like 6'6", 260 pounds, 250 pounds. He's a big boy. And when he connects, he puts it out there. And to me, I feel like, there's some holes in his swing. There's some holes in his game. And I think the Yankees see that. And the way I see Aaron Judge is like an Adam Dunn type player. A home run or a strikeout. That's what I see him. He's not very good with, off-speed pitches. Fastball he can crush. I watched him, get fooled by a few sliders the other night. He also got what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. He also got fooled on a knuckleball, but was late on a knuckleball, and a knuckleball is 60 miles per hour, and being late on a 60 mile per hour knuckleball is scary. I think my grandmother can hit that.
Your grandmother's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's you get the Anita punch.
You don't want that.
Yeah. But, a funny story actually came over, that I just read, actually. And I think you got a chuckle out of it, Nicole.
Did I?
Brandon Thomas, a former draft pick of the Yankees, hit a grand slam yesterday that went out of the ballpark. He's playing for the Gateway Grizzlies. Went out of the ballpark and hit a car. The only problem... And it shattered the windshield. The only problem is he hit his own car.
Yeah, this was hysterical.
He hit a grand slam, hit a car, to find out it was his own car. In reality, you don't have to pay for someone else's car. You're just going to have to pay for your own. But it's I thought it was funny. And then for the last 2 minutes before the break, I guess we'll we'll give you a Dirty Mets update.
Strike 3, you're up.
New York Mets update.
The New York Mets are 62-62. Yes, that means they have a worse record than the New York Yankees. And if I did listen to you correctly, Nicole, when you were coming into the segment,
Right.
you said that the Mets were coming off of a World Series appearance?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They were in the World Series. They lost the World Series, but now they're in contention to not even make the playoffs, and they're probably not going to make the playoffs. The Mets, this is what everybody calls it. The Mets are pulling a Mets. Do you understand that?
Yeah. What they always do.
They choke. They always do it. And this is just another sign of it. It's just, we brought this up a while ago, just, how you cannot be satisfied with just making it to the World Series.
You need to win them.
You need to win it.
It's not important if you just make it. It's embarrassing.
2001, when the Yankees lost in the World Series, that was a failure. You go into the World Series to win the World Series. Anything less than that is a failure. That's it.
That's it.
Some Met fans try to tell themselves, that it's not a failure. They made it to the World Series. That's an accomplishment. No, it's not. What'd you get?
Nothing.
A pennant? That's it?
It's kind of cool, though, to make it there. I must
But what's the
say.
point?
If you don't win, but you made it.
What's the point?
Oh, you're so competitive.
All right. You tell me this.
Okay.
What do you play sports for?
To win.
Thank you.
I know.
So right there.
Some people do it for pure enjoyment. What do you play football for?
Me?
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to win a championship.
But you don't usually
But also,
win.
what?
You never win.
We made it to a championship my first year.
Did you win?
We didn't. And it's a failure. It's a failure.
Oh, Lord.
It's a failure. We're paying all this money. We won a championship.
Oh, whatever, Jer.
So, I also do it for...
I'm not going to win this one.
No, you're not.
So
what?
Nothing. Keep rambling.
I can't hear you.
What do you mean you can't hear me?
You're not talking into the mic.
I'm right next to you.
I know, but the mic, you're always talking like this. I don't know.
I hear you.
You didn't hear me.
Yes, I did. No, he's talking like this.
But altogether, the Mets are bad, and they continue to
be bad.
Yeah, basically,
and embarrass themselves.
They just split 4 games with the Giants. They lost 2 out of 3 from Arizona, and now they go on to play the Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
So we'll see how the Mets do from here. I don't know. I honestly I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but it's gonna be fun to watch the Mets towards the end of the season. But
we'll see.
What is that? Fantasy 14's back. We know everybody's been waiting for it. And it's here.
Ooh.
We'll get into all of that and some rankings and what you should be looking at for your draft.
When we get back. On
the
Tom
and
Jerry
Sports
Show featuring me.
On Zeno Live.
This is the evolution of radio.
Cyberstation USA.
Our inventions change us. They make us think differently.
Something new added to the real world.
The leading edge of evolution.
That development has got to be delivered.
CyberstationUSA.com.
The most sophisticated that I've ever seen.
I'm not sure exactly what the future is, but I'm pretty sure it's not going away.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting founder Dick Robinson.
You know, the media business has changed a lot since we opened our doors in 1964. Now media content is everywhere, on air, online, on the go. More than ever, companies are looking for people to help drive this new media.
At Connecticut School of Broadcasting, you'll get hands-on training on the latest software and equipment in a matter of months, not years. Connecticut School of Broadcasting has placed thousands of grads in broadcast media careers.
It's all about versatility. You see, at a radio station, if you also know how to shoot, edit, and post videos, you become a pretty hot commodity. That's the training you get at Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting, with locations up and down the East Coast, from Massachusetts to Miami. Call 1-800-TV-RADIO or log on to gocsb.com. Connecticut School of Broadcasting, the nation's oldest and largest group of broadcast media schools, redefining training in radio, TV, and new media. Get trained. Get connected. 1-800-TV-RADIO.
Tom and Jerry Sports Show featuring Kevin Donlin live every Monday on Zeno Radio and re-airs every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Cyberstation USA and the Stitcher app. You can also tune in every Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern on All Noise Radio and the Live 365 app.
Follow us on Instagram at Tom and Jerry Sports Show and join the conversation on Twitter at TNJ Sports, or visit our website at tnjsports.weebly.com or call in to 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be heard live.
Go and do it for me. Now watch me whip. Kill it. Now watch me nay-nay. Okay. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay-nay. Why me do it? Now watch me whip. Kill it. Watch me nay-nay. Okay. Now watch me
We
whip.
are back. Tom and Jerry Sports Show. We are taking phone calls at 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be heard live. Fantasy 14 is
back. And I'm going to get into some rankings here. I'm going to be using the SB Nation. But I had a poll posted on Twitter. If you had the first pick in your fantasy draft, who would you go with? And my, picks were Antonio Brown, I had Adrian Peterson, Rob Gronkowski, and other. And 67% said Antonio Brown, and that's who I think most people will be going with in their first pick. And if you really look at the rankings, wide receivers are very heavy on the top 20 list, really. And the funniest thing is, in this rankings, now this is a top 150. In this rankings, I'm going to tell you when the first quarterback comes up, and that is number 38 is Cam Newton, 39 is Aaron Rodgers. All before that is wide receivers and running backs, and obviously Rob Gronkowski. But I'm going to give you the top 10 that they have here, and then I'll give you my top 10, really. Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham, Julio Jones, Todd Gurley, DeAndre Hopkins, A.J. Green, David Johnson, Adrian Peterson, Rob Gronkowski, Dez Bryant, and then after that you got Ezekiel Elliott, Lamar Miller, Jamal Charles, Allen Robinson, Alshon Jeffrey, Mike Evans, Jordy Nelson, Doug Martin, Mark Ingram, and Brandon Marshall. Now, the cool thing was ESPN did a full 28-hour special, basically all on fantasy sports, fantasy football. And then they had a celebrity fantasy football draft. So they had a team with Terrell Owens and Chad Johnson. They had a team, Jamie Lynn Siegler from Sopranos, Entourage, all those. Then you had Bobby Flay, the famous cook. You had Mike and Mike. You had His and Hers. Who else was there? Oh, then you had Mike Golick Jr. and Stu Gatz. I think that was it. And then there was, what's his name, from Hootie and the Blowfish. Rucker. What's his name? Something Rucker. So they had like this whole thing. They had like an 8-team league, and I mean, just first of all, Bobby Flay had the first pick, and he takes David Johnson, which is absolutely absurd. If I had the first pick, I would probably go with Antonio Brown. I think he's a solid first pick. I don't put Odell at number 2. I probably have him like number 4. I do, I'm a big running back, guy in fantasy. I think running backs are like the solid point getter for your team. Depending on, obviously what league you have, PPR or whatever else. But I mean, I like Todd Gurley. I really like Todd Gurley. And obviously I like Adrian Peterson. There's no way I'm having Adrian Peterson number 8 in my ranking. I probably put him number 3. I'll probably put Todd Gurley maybe number 2. I would put Rob Gronkowski number 5. I like Des Bryant number 6. Odell Beckham number 7. I even, I don't know about Ezekiel Elliott. Again, I haven't seen him. We haven't seen him play an NFL game yet. He still hasn't been in the first 2 preseason games because of a hamstring injury. And just there's other guys that you look at, and I just feel like it's a very heavy. It's a good time to have a fantasy team. I mean, really, if you look at the top 50, there's not really a bad guy that you can pick. I mean, if you really think about it, number 50 is Matt Jones, who had a great year last year for the Redskins. Jarvis Landry's number 49.
Number what?
49.
49.
Yeah. I'm not a big Russell Wilson fan, and I think everybody knows that. But to have 3 quarterbacks in the top 50 is crazy.
Unbelievable. I've never heard of something like that.
You
right?
can, I mean, you can literally go maybe the first 2 rounds without taking a quarterback.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
I mean, I was talking to one of the guys at work. He took a quarterback, and I think he got Andrew Luck, who's 54th in the ranking here. Took Andrew Luck in the 6th round. Like that's insane.
Insanity.
The one position that's hard to pick because it's really a one-man show is the tight end position, because really after Rob Gronkowski there's a huge drop off. Not that there's that big of a huge drop off. When you look at it, and I was talking to.
So you wouldn't call it a drop off.
It's a drop off, but it's not a huge. Like it's not
huge.
Not really. I don't know. It's
All
tough.
Right,
it's tough to say. But
Tell us.
I was talking to a guy at work who's very big into fantasy sports. I mean, to the point where he's doing fantasy baseball, and he does any of his bullpen pitchers. He does not play if they're on the road. He only plays these guys like that's his way of doing it. That's what his thought in his mind is.
That's his process.
Yeah. So with football, his football now. He was looking at it and he's like, wide receivers, your points, running backs are your points, tight end. Tight end, you kind of want to match your opponent's tight end, basically.
Okay.
That's you want to go. You want to have a push on your tight end position.
Push the tight end.
Yes.
Push the tight.
So, I mean, you have Rob Gronkowski, who's out of this world. Nut job, crazy. So then, yeah, basically. What?
You're so mean.
I'm not mean. How is that mean? Then your next one is Jordan Reed, who's a great tight end, and Greg Olsen, who's another great tight end. Greg Olsen had a great year last year. So did Jordan Reed. You don't know what you're really going to get from the Washington Redskins. Not that they had a great year, even though they did win the NFC East. It's not that they had that great of a year. I think they went 9-7, I think, or something like that. Greg Olsen had a great year. With Cam Newton throwing him the ball. I'm not a big, I think Cam Newton's a great quarterback. Do I think he should be the number 1 ranked quarterback
No.
Absolutely not.
Who should be?
Aaron Rodgers. It's not even a question. And it's not even close. I don't even know why it's close. I think the only reason why it's close in fantasy is because he runs for touchdowns as well. But the thing I do like about Cam Newton is he's getting Kelvin Benjamin back, which is huge. And I think he'll be a sleeper for some people at the wide receiver position. And then, basically, there's so many things to really go by here. But, if you really wanted to take a, rookie, we'll go with the rookies here. Obviously the number one rookie is Ezekiel Elliott just because of, the guy was insane in college, and to have the best, offensive line in the league right now is huge. And I think the Cowboys have been so solid, are very solid at the running back position, something that they weren't really that solid with last year. Because, now you're looking at, honestly, I don't know how many guys they're going to take. You're looking at Ezekiel Elliott, you're looking at Alfred Morris, you're looking at Darren McFadden, you're looking at Lance Dunbar. Overall, I think, do you take all four? I think you got to. And then they even got, another in Jackson. So the Cowboys are stocked at, stacked, but they're stocking, great players at the running back position. Number 2, they have Sterling Shepard, the wide receiver from the Giants. But, again, if Eli Manning is running for his life, it's not going to be that great of a year for Sterling Shepard. Corey Coleman, wide receiver out of from the Cleveland Browns. To be honest with you, I think RG3 is going to have a good year this year. I think he should have. I think it's just a bad situation with him in Washington. I like RG3. I think he's a great quarterback. Well, let me backtrack on that one. He's not a great quarterback. He's not a great quarterback, but I think he's got the goods to be a good quarterback.
Man has goods?
Well, there you go.
What are you into?
I'm saying he's got the goods to be a good quarterback.
There you go. The correct elements.
He's got the legs, which he has to learn how to slide.
Do you like those legs?
He's definitely got the arm. So I think he'll be good for Cleveland. But that will do it for Fantasy 14 this week. And we'll
stay tuned next week for some more information.
Yeah, we're getting to see now. I'm gonna give you guys one piece of advice: do not draft until either the 4th game of the preseason or after the 4th game, because the injuries. You guys are idiots. Because look at what happened. Matt Jones potentially almost had a broken collarbone. And that could have been someone's 2nd round pick or something like that. Just imagine you take Antonio Brown. Now, this is just hypothetical. We said it at the same time. Jinx.
You owe me soda. I only drink smart water.
But say you pick Antonio Brown, your number 1 pick. He goes down with a torn ACL. He's out for the season. Hypothetical. I don't wish that upon him.
Knock on wood.
But what happens?
You're done.
You just lost your 1st round pick. Your first pick. Just wait until after the 3rd or after the 4th.
Please.
But we do have a game day grub. Will you give us what the game day grub is?
You're not going to put the song on?
I think I'm over that song. I think it
All right, so this time we're making pizza quesadillas, and you would make it as if you were making your normal quesadilla. Lay out a flour tortilla.
Play. Go.
You put some mutts, pepperoni, a jar of sauce. Put the sauce on first. You put the cheese on it. Pepperoni, you fold it. You can use, if you have a nice panini press or a little hand thing.
It does look good.
You put it in the microwave, and you crisp it, and you rip it, and the cheese rips apart. Delicious.
It does look good. That when we were looking through some of the recipes before the show, and we saw this, I kind of Made my mouth water.
Great.
It looked good.
It did.
It did.
Maybe we'll get quesadillas tonight.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
But you'll have to find out that
next week.
We
might switch the day. Oh no, next week we're good for Monday.
Yeah, I think we're good for Monday.
I start school next Monday.
There's gonna be a switching of the days, and we might actually get a co-host back.
Yeah, that means I'm out.
No, that means you're staying.
No, I'm out. So I'll go back to school, and you get Kevin back.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, you just gave it up.
Well, who else would be the co-host?
It could have been Tom, or it could have been Kevin.
Tom,
it could have been.
Everyone knows by now.
It could have been 50-50 there. But that will do it for this week's show. I'm Jerry.
I'm Nicole.
B.
Breezy.
Breezy.
You've been listening to the Tom and Jerry Sports Show
on Zeno Radio.